I appreciate you. Do us a favour at the start of the stream then. Smash the like button on it, guys. Give us a massive like. You know it makes sense. Let's see if we can get 100 likes. Just like that. Also, share it around on social media if you can. You can repost us on X. There's the link at the top of the chat. Give us a repost if you want. We'll shout you out later on. But yeah, welcome aboard. Of course, get in the chat, guys, and have your say throughout the show. You know how we operate. We're going to be dipping in and out the chat, but we will have a little bit of a Q&A at the end as well, of course. Prima Italia, Joe Snow, John Boy, and everybody, thanks for watching. Big ups yourselves. Let's get stuck into the transfer news and the latest goings on at United. It's more piss-poor dreariness from United, in all fairness, for another day. We were hoping to have some sort of news by now, maybe of an agreement in place with Brentford, but no, if anything, the deal seems to have stalled with Mbeumo, because their sporting director, Phil Giles, came out and said that Bryan Mbeumo would be happy to stay if a deal cannot be agreed with Manchester United. I mean, I personally don't think he would be very happy to stay on 45 grand a week when he's getting a potential up to 200k or at least 150k at United. So, okay, fair enough. This is just them saying, we want our money. This is them saying, we want that huge amount of money that we wanted at the start. Give it to us. But ultimately, United still can shave a few mil off of this price tag, I think. But it is piss poor how long this has taken now. It's disastrous. But the thoughts are we're working on, you know, trying to get Mbeumo at the moment and agreeing a deal with Brentford. But, you know, it's just a little bit of a shitstorm at the moment, isn't it, with Mbeumo? It's pretty piss poor the way we've gone about it the last couple of weeks, in all fairness. It's classic United shithousery as well. Okay, Brentford are asking for a lot, but United just not willing to really do the deals early, it seems. You know, they like to drag it on to save as much possible money as they can for the Glazers shithouses to enjoy on their end-of-year cruise at the end of the season. So, yeah, there you go. United full focus at the moment is agreeing a deal with Brentford for Mbeumo and then pushing for sales, which are required to free up further funds. This is via Laurie Whitwell. I mean, ultimately, right, we're going to get Mbeumo, I think. It's just they want their money. It's getting to the point, though, where we should start to think about an exit strategy, or at least, you know, a plan B, a plan C, something like that. And Mbeumo's not the holy grail for us. We don't need to go and get him. He is obviously a great player, and I'd love to see those goals and those numbers that he was putting up at Brentford at Manchester United. Trust me, I would. But for £70 million, they're taking the piss, aren't they? You know, so we'll see what can be done over the next coming hours and days. But to me, you know, the offer initially, the second time round, was very good, and the third offer, which should be, you know, imminent, really, is probably going to be enough to get the deal done. But Brentford seemingly quite happy to play the waiting game, and quite happy to even keep Mbeumo unless they get their price tag. So they are being shithousers, no doubt here. But let's just ask the live chat. Do you think he'll stay or go? Do you think Mbeumo will stay or go? Live chat, have your say. I mean, this is just words, obviously, to try and get the negotiations a little bit in Brentford's favour, isn't it? That's what it is. I mean, I don't think Mbeumo's keen to stay on his 45 grand a week contract, put it that way. So he's gonna end up going here. Tomorrow is July, exactly their NAS. United are exhausting, but 70 minutes is too much. I agree. Oh, crikey, we've gone out of focus there. I agree we should absolutely be walking away from this deal, personally, if they're asking for 70 mil, because they haven't budged a jot. And I'm sorry, but we've budged a lot. You know, in a negotiation, they have to have some sort of leeway, a little bit of leeway. Even if it's something like £60 million up front plus 7.5 million down the line. You know, that's a heck of a deal. 67.5 million. It's a heck of a deal for them. They've got to be some sort of leeway. So United have to be able to reach an agreement with Brentford. Brentford have to bend just a little bit. If they don't, well, you know, they're knobs, mate. You know what I mean? If they don't, they're knobs, because they could miss out on a big deal here. And it's doubtful anybody else is going to pay that sort of cash for him, isn't it? So I think the ball is in our court still. They're just going through the motions to get as much as they can. And it is annoying that United are involved in this. But this is just sort of how we operate most of the time. We are slow with deals. Lots of teams getting deals done. You think just pay the 70 million? Interesting. 70 million is way too much. I don't think pay the 70 million. You know, I think, as I said, there should be some sort of a bit of bartering going on. A little bit of a leeway. We've already sort of bought a similar player in Mateus Cunha for 62.5 over 2 years. We're already giving Brentford a better deal than what we gave Wolves. So, in my humble opinion, no, they can swivel on it. We should be looking at other options. There's other great options in the Prem. Bruno stays, remember. Cunha comes in. So we've still got like enough number 10s. We've still got depth there, players who can play there. The Xerxes, the Mounts, the Armads, all these guys. So it's not the most important position for us to strengthen. It would be nice to get him in. But I'm just saying, they're taking the piss with their with their transfer demands. Yeah, 65, get it done. Move on to sales. 60 plus 5 in add-ons. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But I'm just saying it's the same price. Ultimately, the amount of money. And they've done it over 2 years, remember, TK. Wolves accepted a deal over the couple of seasons, right? So, from Man United's point of view, if we're giving them 60 million up front, that's a cracking deal, isn't it, for them? And he is comparable, of course, to Mbeumo in terms of his value. Okay, so anyway, Mbeumo, in my opinion, it's a little bit on the guff side of things there. Let's talk about another bit of business and news. I don't really want to focus on Mbeumo too much. It is what it is, guys. It's been going on for ages. Let's talk about this. Rashford returning from Villa. Villa confirm they're not activating £40 million buy option clause for Marcus Rashford. Rashford returns to Manchester United and remains available. The £40 million price tag. So, I mean, he is horrible in order to try and sell, isn't he, this man? Very difficult to get rid of right now. His wages are astronomical. They're filthy. 350 grand a week, and he's essentially a 180 grand a week player. Or at least maybe at the very most a 200 grand a week player. In most other teams, it's hard to justify paying this guy 350k a week for any other team. So even teams like Barcelona maybe look at this deal and go, yeah, it's just a little bit too steep for us. But you've got to say that there's still options, I suppose, on the table for us. Perhaps we could include in him some sort of swap deal kind of thing, maybe with someone. We've discussed the likes of Aston Villa. You know, they've just had an interest in him. He was there last season. The problem is that the wages are just going to absolutely make it almost impossible for Villa to pull off. However, if United were able to do some sort of a really good deal for them, if they're going to, you know, play some ball with us, i.e. maybe give us Martinez, Watkins, these sorts of guys, for a reasonable price and quickly, then just maybe we could let them have Rashford on the cheap. You know, ultimately, if they're going to do business with us, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You sell us Martinez, you sell us Watkins for a fair price, and we'll give you Rashford and, you know, pay a small percentage of his wage for a while or something. Or, better yet, you pay all of his pissing wages, and we just give you, you know, good whack for these two players, but you let them go. You know, so I really hope there's something that can be done there. I don't know if Barcelona are going to actually get the deal done there for Rashford, but they might be able to get a loan agreement in place. It does seem likely that it's only a loan deal that they're really looking for. But apparently Watkins is a target for Manchester United, or at least he's on the short list. This is via Laurie Whitwell earlier on via the New York Times. It just says that Ollie Watkins among centre forwards considered at Man United if Rasmus Højlund leaves. I hope we get him, even if Rasmus Højlund's not going anywhere, to be fair. But Rasmus Højlund, yes, we do have to sell him. At the end of the day, we've got to sell a lot of players this summer to buy players. So if Højlund goes, that just means, I guess, it frees up some cash. If Rashford goes, same sort of thing. You know, if it's got a knock-on effect. But full focus is on the Mbeumo deal, says Laurie Whitwell. Then outgoings, but work in the background on other targets in case of sales, initially raised in talks over Marcus Rashford's proposed Aston Villa transfer. Okay, so as I say, you know, it's talks, Aston Villa transfer, Ollie Watkins, Martinez. There's a couple of players there that we're interested in. I just hope that United can pull out some sort of decent negotiations over the next week or two before we go away for that pre-season tour, and maybe get some nice little signings like this in there. Ollie Watkins, to me, now I know he's not number one on anybody's list really, but to me he is a very consistent performer in the Premier League. He's proven, he's got a good goal record, he's a very good presser, he works hard, he's you know, he's homegrown. There's a lot of plus points for Ollie Watkins. He's definitely better than what we've got right now. I mean, I'd certainly have him in a heartbeat, guys. Let's ask the chat, yes or no, would you be interested in signing Ollie Watkins full stop? Never mind price tag or anything like that. Just would you be interested in him? I missed your super chat. Sorry, Ben. Now, let's go and have a little look, see what's going on here. Thank you so much for sending one. Yes, mate. He says DCL, more like ACL, coming our way. Oh, if the Glazer shithouses signed Dominic Calvert-Lewin, then that says everything about them. I can't see it. He's just not clinical enough, is he? He's just a bit gash. Why would you get him him instead of somebody like Jonathan David. It makes very little sense. I guess just to save money and be cheap, but then you're just going to get cheaper results, aren't you, really? Let's see what you guys are saying then. No, says Aaron Bainbridge. Yep, says Johnny Swan. Exactly. Ollie Watkins is a grafter, unlike Rashford. No. He's 30 this year. Terrible signing. 30's really not that old, mate. It's not like he's slowing down or anything significantly anytime soon. 32, 33, yes, okay, fair enough. I'd be a little bit cautious. Even then, he's much better than what we got right now. So he's 29 for Pete's sake, guys. That's young. He's sprightly. He's young. He's a spring chicken still. Okay? He still is for a couple more seasons. Primo Italian says yes. No Man says yes, 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 no, yes. Andrikos, nice one, lad. KevTech says yes. No, yes, yes. Hey, I like it. I like the positivity around it, guys. Well, you know my thoughts now. I've discussed it last few weeks. I think that he would be a good addition to United squad, most definitely. Premier League proven, hard worker, good pressing. I think he'd probably do bits for us, much better than the likes of Gashmus Boylan. And if you can sell Højlund and get some money generated to try and convince Aston Villa to sell Watkins to us, brilliant. And if we can help them out, maybe we're taking Martinez off their hands as well. Just maybe they have enough money to claw together to do something there for maybe Rashford. Who knows? I mean, it's probably unlikely, but it's better for us to try and get Rashford off the books, even in a bit of a poor deal for us, compared to just not getting rid of him at all. Because it's unlikely Amorim's going to include him back in the team. If he does, he's going to have to be playing at number 9. You know, I don't really think he's all cut out for that job for us, in all fairness. So I would have to say this signing would be a good piece of business for the right price. Obviously, it depends what the price is. I've heard some figures floating around of 60, 65 million, stuff like that. That's ridiculous. He's so old compared to these other big 60 million pound players that we're talking about in their primes and coming into their primes. He is a 40 million, 45 million pound player maximum, and that's maybe just because it's an inflated transfer window. But really, he should be a 35 million pound player with his age and all considerations. But I think we should pay about 40 million for him max. Give him a 3 or 4 year contract. That takes him up to 32, 33. That should be enough for us to get a good few years service out of him. And, you know, when he starts to decline in a couple of years' time, well, you know, off he pops. But it would be a decent pickup, I think, just based on his experience and the goals. Mate, thank you so much. Oh, Links Red. Oh, okay, you changed your name from Simon Warner to Links Red. Oh, okay, we got you. There you go, Links Red. And you changed your avatar as well, my friend. Get in there. Come on, let's go. Simon, thank you. Or I should have said Links Red. Thank you so much for the super chat there. Appreciate that. Yes, mate. 2 years left and he'll get a 5-year deal. Well, he shouldn't get a 5-year deal at Man United, really. Watkins for 30 million would be a yes from me. Yeah, that's it. It sort of depends on the price. Too much money. Maybe 45 million's a bit much, but 40 million, you know, for me, I would pay that for him to guarantee us a fair amount of goals. And he does guarantee you a fair amount of goals. I'll just show you the stats for the last 5 seasons, actually, for Ollie Watkins. Let's take a little look at it. So, you know, it's it's decent. It's good. It's nice. There's nothing wrong with his stats in the Premier League in the last 5 seasons. Have a look at this. So this season just gone, he got 16 goals and 5 assists. So 21 goal contributions in this season just gone, which wasn't really one of his best seasons, to be fair. Maybe he seemed a little bit jaded towards the end, maybe, perhaps. But, you know, certainly was left out a little bit towards the end there by Emery and stuff. But 16 goals, 5 assists. Not bad at all. Then we're looking at the season before, the 23-24 season. A heck of a season. 27 goals, 15 assists. 42 goals and assists contributed there that season. The season before that, 16 goals, 6 assists. So a very similar season to the season that he's just had. 11 goals, 2 assists. 11 goals, 2 assists there for the season before, and 16 goals, 5 assists for the season before. You're getting consistency. And people will say he's declining, but these stats don't really suggest that. I mean, the season before last, he got 27 and 15. The season before that, he got 16 and 6. This season just gone, he got 16 and 5. So it's sort of consistent stats here, you know, with a couple of anomalies, I suppose. But his stats don't lie. He's a solid player. He's a good, solid player, experienced, proven Premier League player who would get you goals. So I'd be all for it. It's not my first pick, guys. As I said, I would prefer probably Visser over at Brentford. But, you know, with how Brentford have been to deal with, I think I'd rather eat a gash sandwich than do more business with those Brentford cucks. because, ultimately they have slowed us down in a lot of what we're trying to do. And yes, we can have a go at United about not paying the 70 million or not paying the money. But actually, they've been a bit greedy in my opinion, because there's some cracking offers on the table from United for Mbeumo. There has been some good offers, and they haven't really played ball at all with us. So the last thing I really want to do is negotiate again with those Brentford toss bags. Ollie Watkins is a great option, but certainly I do prefer Visser, to be fair. He's a year younger. He's also got more goals in the season just gone, and he's got that Mbeumo connection. And if we are signing Mbeumo, then Visser makes perfect sense, because he's already got that sort of understanding, that connection with his former teammate Bryan Mbeumo. So I think Visser would be a good option as well. But what I like is that United seem to go for at the moment, or at least are seeming to try and get, players who do have that Premier League proven experience. So Marco Alcaraz just says that United's interest in Ollie Watkins aligns with their focus and strategy on targeting Premier League experienced players. Plus, Ruben Amorim is firmly behind this approach. Deal only possible if Rasmus Højlund leaves, plus price tag said to be around £45 million. I don't know if it would take quite that much. Like I say, if maybe we can do them a deal in the opposite direction with a player. Who knows? I don't think they can afford Rashford, but who knows? Somebody else, Garnacho, who knows? Just someone, perhaps they do a bit of business with us for a reasonable price, for a fair price. So I think that is on the cards. It is a possibility. We are probably going to have to deal with Villa again this summer. Rashford's just returned home. They obviously couldn't get him. I mean, we've seen that earlier. Look, if we have a little look at this, Aston Villa confirmed they're not activating the £40 million buy option clause for Rashford. Rashford returns for... They just can't afford him right now. They just can't afford him. So maybe they would want him. I think they would want him based on how he did for them towards the end of last season. He was pretty good for them. Not great, but he was pretty decent for them. I would imagine that they would probably want him if there was more reasonable wages and wage demands there. Unfortunately, his wage demands are £350k a week. Now, the only way it makes sense for United to allow him to go to them for a reasonable price and then us pay a significant portion of his wages for 3 years, the only way that makes any sense is if they pretty much give us Watkins and Martinez on the cheap. Now, if that was to happen, then maybe we could do a deal with Rashford. And if those players did want to leave Aston Villa, I think it's possible that we could maybe do something similar to that. So obviously it's wishful thinking at the moment, but it's a yes from me in regards to Ollie Watkins. I think he'd be a good solid addition to the team. Those stats don't lie. We like to talk about players being able to do it in the Premier League. Can this player do it in the Premier League? Gyökeres coming from Sporting, will he get as many goals as he did for them in the Premier League? The answer to that is no, he won't, because the Premier League is much more difficult. If he got half of what he got for Sporting, it'd be an amazing achievement. The reality is, though, this guy can do it and is proven to do it. 16 goals just gone. Season just gone. 5 assists, 21 contributions. 27 goals. Season before that, 15 assists. So I think we've got to be honest and say this is better than what we got right now by some considerable distance. He is getting on in his age. He's 29 now, but that's not like some 35-year-old geriatric sort of player. He is like a good standard youngish, not young, coming to the tail end of his career, but still in his prime, is what I mean. He's still prime. 29 still prime. 30 still prime. 31 still prime. 32 arguably could still be prime, but it's probably not. That's when it's going to start to dwindle off a little bit. But, players like Harry Kane, whoever, these proven Premier League goal scorers, they can sustain good longevity as long as they, look after themselves. He seems very professional. He's a hard worker. So I don't know why he wouldn't be a good signer. I think he would be a good signer for the right price. Many ifs and buts and maybes as to whether or not we could get a deal done with Aston Villa. Apparently they do need to balance some things up this summer, though, due to PSR issues. And also maybe got a couple of players who will want away, such as their goalkeeper as well. So I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. Maybe we could do a deal with Rashford doing something going in the opposite direction, but the wages are astronomical, and that's what's going to be the problem there. By the way, if you're just getting in the stream, we've got 271 legends tuning in and we've got 135 likes. That's actually a pretty decent ratio, That's like 1 in 2 of you have hit the like button there. That's good. That's like Romelu Lukaku when he was at United. That's pretty decent, but it's not great, is it? Let's get some Ruud van Nistelrooy ratio stats on the go there, my friends. Oh, yes. Smash the like button if you're just getting in. And also give us a subscribe. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're on here for all the latest Man United news. Get yourself involved. Hit the subscribe button. Right, okay. Yep, you think Visser would be a better option. All right, I'm going to throw three names at the live chat here. Let me just get rid of this so we can see the chat as well. I'm going to throw three names at the live chat here, guys, and I want you to just vote who you would like to sign, given the choice. Three Premier League forwards here that we could sign: Mateta, Visser, Watkins. Go. Mateta, Visser, or Watkins. Who would you like to see us go and get? So, in an ideal world, I think I still would just about want Visser. Yeah, I would. Especially as we're getting Mbeumo. Because he's a bit younger, he's a bit more clinical, and he is got that connection with Mbeumo. So I think I would want Visser. But maybe that's just not possible to do. Maybe he isn't as obtainable, as Mbeumo. And I say obtainable as Mbeumo, and we haven't even obtained Mbeumo yet. That's it. They don't really want to do business with us, it seems, for a reasonable price. So I've just got a feeling dealing with Brentford would have its issues. It'd probably take a while to get it done. Visser, Mateta, Visser. Sorry, that was Watkins there, links red. Visser. I like your style. I like your style a lot. Watkins, Mateta, Visser, Mateta, Visser. Why does this sound like I'm doing some sort of like chant or something? Anyway, Mateta, like I'm trying to like summon some spirits or something. Mateta, Watkins, Visser. Anyway, so Visser, but only if we get Mbeumo, otherwise Watkins. A fair play to you. Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you could get the dual package there, players that already know each other, it gives you that extra step up, doesn't it? It's like adding them into the team. That's it. It's like getting them in there when they've already got experience playing together. It does definitely help you, or it should help you anyway. Gav's highlights. What's going on, lad? Villa don't need to sell now, Piggers. They sold their women's team. Yeah, but did you see how much they sold it for, though, Gav's highlights, mate? It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot, was it? Was it 55 million or something? I mean, that shows you, I think, that they're in a situation of desperation. So I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference in terms of them, balancing the book. So it will a little bit, I guess, definitely, but it's not a significant amount of money, lad. They stood behind you. Sorry, Visser, can you vote twice, Visser? Sure you can. Anyway, DCL and Werner. Oh, that's probably who we'll end up getting. But anyway, begging for Visser now. Well, it would be lovely to think we could get him as well. But honestly, I would imagine dealing with Brentford would be the last of our plans. Hasn't he only got a year or so left on his contract, actually? Let me just have a little look at this. Just remind myself when his contract runs out. Let's take a little look. So, Visser, his contract runs out. Yes, it does. It runs out next summer, the 30th of June 2026. That is when Visser's contract runs out, folks. So I think that means he's available. End of the day, they're going to have to cash in on him or sign him up to a new long-term contract for big money. They might do that, in all fairness. But it looks like from my end here, at least, look, obviously this might not necessarily be correct, but on Transfer Market it says his contract runs out June 30th, 2026, which means that he's got another year. Perhaps they've got an option to extend it for another year. I don't know the terms of the contract, obviously. But a year is not a long time. So they're going to have to either act on it, get him signed up to a new deal, or sell him on, right? Now, his stats last season, 19 goals, 5 assists in 35 appearances in the Premier League. Worked fantastically well with Mbeumo as well. Excellent centre forward. That's what we need. This is what we need. Just take Visser and Mbeumo off of Brentford and we'd be sorted. Now, honestly, because of the fact that there's only a year left on his contract, I think he is actually the one we should definitely go for. Because he's probably cheaper than all these guys we're talking about. Cheaper than Mateta, cheaper than Watkins. Maybe not cheaper than Gyökeres and these guys, but he's cheaper than pretty much everyone we're talking about here. Because if he's only got a year left on his contract, what are they going to do? It's not like they're in a very favourable, strong position. Yes, they're sporting whatever his face was. Mr. Giles might have come out earlier and said that Mbeumo's happy to stay there for another year. Well, I bet you Visser would be happy to stay there for another year as well, if he can leave as a free agent and get a massive signing-on bonus and bigger contract because he's a free agent. Brentford don't want that. Brentford want to cash in if they're going to lose this player. And if he's wanted by a bigger club, you best believe they're probably going to lose this player. So they can't ask for too much money, for Visser. It's going to be a situation where in 6 months' time, he can agree terms with another club and leave at the end of the season and sign for someone else on a free next summer. if that happens, because you can discuss terms with a new club 6 months before your contract runs out at a new football club, I believe. At least you always could do back in the day on Football Manager, you know what I'm saying? So, in those regards, I believe, they would be desperate to get either him signed up to a new deal or get him sold. So price tag wise for Visser, I think he'd be even a little bit cheaper than Ollie Watkins, even though he's younger and maybe arguably better for us right now, especially if we're getting Mbeumo. So I think we should be paying about 40 million, probably 35 to 40 million pounds for Visser. What do you guys think? Have your say in the live chat. But Visser is probably available soon because of the fact his contract's running down. We haven't heard anything about them, reaching an agreement for a new contract or anything like that. So I've got a feeling that he is on the cards, even though he's not really being heavily linked with us at the moment. We're just working on Mbeumo. Once that's done, and we could sell maybe a couple of players, we can start to think about who to get. Watkins is a good option. I wouldn't say no to Watkins, but I just think the Visser signing makes a bit more sense with Mbeumo coming as well. Okay, so there you go. That's the latest there with Watkins, and I think his stats are very impressive. I also think that, or at least very consistent, if not impressive. I mean, much better than some melt like Dominic Calvert-Lewin or someone like that, And obviously he sort of goes with what we're trying to do at the moment with targeting Premier League players, which does make a little bit of sense, really. So at the moment, he is considered a target for Manchester United if Rasmus Højlund leaves. This is via Laurie Whitwell. So that's the news on him. And obviously, Rashford returns from Villa, so it just prompts some speculation. Right, okay, let's move on to just one little other topic. We're going to get into the chat soon for a bit of a meaty Q&A. Keep smashing the likes if you're joining us. Keep hitting the subscribe button if you're new, and get yourself involved. But hang on a second, I'm just going to go and pop this up on the screen here. Chelsea are in touch with Manchester United over a potential deal to sign Alejandro Garnacho, as per Laurie Whitwell. Again, take it all with a pinch of salt, but I would be fine him going to Chelsea if they compensate us very well. I want to see £70 million for this guy from Chelsea. It's always us getting stitched up in the market and paying £70 million for players from Prem teams. No, if they want Garnacho, a great young player who's £20 million, then they're going to have to pay. Yes, we want to get rid of players. Yes, we want to finance other deals. But selling him to a Premier League rival at 20 years of age, when he can go over there for many a season and probably do great things for them, they're going to have to pay. They have to pay. So I want 70 million for this guy if Manchester United are going to sell him to Chelsea. I only want 50 million if we're selling him to Napoli, though. But that's a different story, obviously. It's out the Premier League. He's not going to come back and bite us every season. This guy has the potential to hurt us in the future. I think what a great player Alejandro Garnacho is for a 20-year-old lad. As a 19, 18, 19, 20-year-old lad coming through, he's done really good things. If you think about his CV so far, I mean, it's very, very impressive. He's won goal of the seasons and stuff like that. He's obviously had a good time so far. The last year wasn't particularly good. I don't think he fits in Amorim's system, and I think he showed inconsistencies and his final product was a little bit garbage. But there's definitely a player in there. If he shows good mentality and isn't a complete bottle job when it comes to working hard, like he's shown a few things, acting like a diva and a spoilt brat and all these things lately that put me off a little bit, to be honest. Put me off a lot, in fact. But if he was professional with his footballing side of things at least, then he can go on to be a heck of a player. He really can go on to be a great player. He's done some great things for us. Honestly, I thought of him like a wonder kid for the last few seasons, really. That's what I thought of him like. And unfortunately, this last season, he wasn't as good and his final product was lacking. Maybe a bit Raheem Sterling-esque, and it just really it's a sad situation. It's a sad situation, but he just doesn't really work in Amorim's system. Doesn't fit here anymore. He's shown himself to be a bit of an ego, bit of a diva, and who needs it? So United are absolutely right to move him on right now. I think to raise money. There's not that many players to raise money in this team that were easily saleable. He's kind of one of them because his contract's not ridiculous, and he's also very young. He's 20, so he's still moldable. Like for a good manager and a good team, Garnacho will really do well in the right system. So there you go. I think that is on the cards at the moment, but it's going to take a lot of money. I would want £70 million. Have your say. How much would you like to receive from Chelsea if it was going to be Chelsea that were going to buy him? I say 70 million. 55, you say. Just get rid. We can't even get Mbeumo after 2 failed offers, so what chance have we got selling Garnacho at 70 million? 70 million seems fair enough. I mean, I think we have got a chance for selling him for 70 million, though. We should be aiming high. Like I say, it's a Chelsea premium, mate. It's selling him to a rival. You know, if it's Napoli who wants him, I'll sell him for 50 million, I would. If it was up to me, if Napoli wanted 50 million or even 45 million, if they just take him off of our hands and give us the cash so we can go and sign a good player, damn it, then I would take a lot less. But the 70 million is to Chelsea. The 70 million is the premium for them being a shithouse football club. That's what it is. And for being a rivals of us, obviously. And if they want to take a chance on Garnacho and have him play for them for many years, then I'm sorry, they've got to pay extra. That's how it works. Oh, that's how it works. 70 mil to Chelsea and state he can't play for against us. You can't really do that. Yeah, I mean, only if it's a loan move can you stipulate that. But if Garnacho goes to CFC, I hope he will be the new Sancho for them. Yeah, absolutely. You can't see any of those three going anywhere. Fair enough. Gav's Highlight says, nah, I don't want him keeping. Gav's Highlights is a Chelsea scummer. No, I get that, Gav. So I wouldn't really want him right now if I was you either. There's better options out there for the money. And like I said, I wouldn't sell him to you guys for less than 70. For 70 million, you can probably get, like, I don't know, like somebody a lot better. Like, how much is, like, Rafael Leao or someone like that? Do you know what I mean? MEN reporting Emi Martinez 55 million to Manchester United, piggy. Emi Martinez 55 million. That's a load of absolute complete AIDS. Shut up, says Olive. How about I don't? How about you just jog on there, Olive lad? Link says if he doesn't dye his hair again, Garnacho going Tottenham, Aston Villa, 50 million likely. Yeah, fair enough. Well, if to those clubs, we do it for less. To Chelsea, it's more money. Us doing a deal with Chelsea sounds like a trap. Mount Sancho. Well, that's what I'm saying. They've stitched us up loads of times in recent times, haven't they, these gashbags? They literally palmed off Mason Mount to us for 60 mil and we were mug enough to pay it. So, yeah. Tomorrow's the new football financial year. Hold your horses. Oh, that's true, Philip Chapman. It's going to go pretty wild first week of this new month, I think. Minimum is 65 plus 5. Add-ons for Garnacho, Chelsea tax. Good shout. Worst career move for Garnacho. Chelsea's a graveyard for young players. I mean, that is true. That is true. I do believe you're spot on. Stop trying to sell us your garbage and Divas Pig. Mate, we don't want them. Thank you. Please take him. Chelsea cannot pull our knickers down this time. Revenge is dish best served cold. I like your style, lad. I like your style a lot. 55 million you're going for. He's going to Villa for 50. 70 million, you reckon? 50 to 60, 70 million, 60, 65. Yeah, well done, Fluminense knocking Inter out. What an unbelievable result. That is 2-0 Drubidations, Dad. 65 mil, 80 mil, 35 mil tops. Nah, he's not going to go for anywhere near that because of his age and his potential. He's already in the Argentina setup, celebrating with Messi and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not, he's not going anywhere. I don't think for anything less than maybe 45, 50, 60 million plus. It's Chelsea, nothing less than 70. I agree. Tottenham, Aston Villa, 52 million. I'd take that. I'd certainly do a deal with Aston Villa. Maybe not to Spurs. They can pay a bit more. Screw that. But for Aston Villa, I'd do a deal with them if they want to give us some players on a reasonable price, like I said, like Watkins, like Martinez. If they want to give us those players at a reasonable price, then we can give them Garnacho at a reasonable price. That's how it works. He's worth 40 million, says Craw. Berardi and Wilcox are just as useless as Woodward and Arnold. I mean, certainly, if you think about Garnacho and Rashford from Aston Villa's point of view, the player that makes way more sense is Garnacho right now. Even though Rashford may be better or more experienced or whatever, his wages are ridiculous. Garnacho would be actually, not even the highest paid player at Villa, whereas Rashford would be way the highest, biggest paid player at Villa. So that's the difference, really. They can get themselves a cheaper deal over a longer time rather than having to pay Rashford a huge amount of money over a contract. It's not a shock. Inter were terrible. Garnacho, such an idiot, causing all this to be sold. Could have been a legend. I know. He really could have been as well. What a melt. But then saying that, he's probably looking at it from a point of view of, well, this club is a bit toxic and it is struggling. It is fading at the moment, frankly. The Red Rebels, thank you so much for a super sticker, lad. Sue, it's a cool guy sunglasses emoji. Man, I'm absolutely cooking in here, guys. Let's get a little temperature check. It's 20 to 11. It's now 28.7 degrees in the pigsty. Whoa! Goodness me. And I'm sweating more than Luke Shaw in a Frey Bentos factory. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a sweat on. Oh, temperature update, 28.7 now. We'll keep you posted, don't worry. Jack Grealish doing his medical at Newcastle now. What is all this bullshit sort of fake news I'm seeing in the live chat everywhere? Stop posting guff news, everyone, guys. Yep, if we take Garnacho, then you can take Jackson. Oh, I'm sorry, Nicholas Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never want to see you play for United. I think you are a little bit shite. He's not very good, mate. I wouldn't want him, that's for sure. Definitely not. Not for me. There's better options out there, like we've discussed. Watkins. I like a cheeky little bit of Visser action. Visser takes the pisser out of opposition defences. You know what I mean? I like it. Visser would be great. Watkins would be a good addition as well, and even Mateta or someone like that. I hope we dip into the Premier. You know what? Victor Gyökeres can go to the kitchen, open up his fridge, get a couple of eggs out, pop a hole in one, and then suck an egg like his granny used to do on the stoop. He can suck an egg, mate. I don't even want Victor Gyökeres, man. Victor Gyökeres is a pricey individual. Sporting want 80 or 90 million. They probably wouldn't even settle for anything less than 75 million euros. Screw that noise. Visser's got a year left on his deal and probably would score more goals in the Prem than Gyökeres anyway. Even though Gyökeres is really, really good and his goal record's unbelievable and he's a physical specimen and a beast, let's face it, Premier League proven means a lot. It means a lot, guys. There's a chance that Mr. Gyökeres could come into the Premier League and struggle. There is a chance. Goodness me, we've seen it happen before with better players, for Pete's sake. We've seen it happen before with players like Diego Forlan and fucking Juan Sebi Veron and people like this. We've seen it with better players coming into the Premier League and struggling to adapt. So there's no guarantees if we went and got Gyökeres that his style would translate immediately over to the Premier League. I think it probably would, because he's very physical and strong and shrugs people off, and like I saw this video of him the other day up against Pepe, the Portuguese beast, and he's just absolutely mugging him off. He's a physical beast, this Gyökeres. He is. So in terms of physicality, the Prem, I'm sure he'd be okay. But actually, proven Premier League goals, proven Premier League players, it says a lot, really. It stands for a lot compared to going to take a gamble on someone who may or may not actually be able to do the business in the Prem for you straight away. Exactly. Take Visser for 40 million, no brainer. Exactly. And they're going to have to start thinking about doing business as well, Brentford, for Visser, because he's only got a year left. Gyökeres struggled with Brighton. There you go, lad. Gyökeres can't head the ball like Rashford. I like his style. Garnacho, 70 million, Chelsea's okay. Rob Always United, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate you getting in here, lad, with a super chat. Let's get some love in there. He says, you must be roasting. It's too hot, mate. It is roasting. I have actually ordered a fan, like a tower fan. It's supposed to be coming tomorrow, but it hasn't. I haven't got a message to say that it's been dispatched yet, so I'm a bit pissed off about that. But I've got this big tower fan coming tomorrow, mate, but for now I'm just using a real shitty little 6-inch desk fan, and it is gash. It's so hot in here, mate. It is like an oven, mate. By the end of this, I'll be a crunchy, crackling piece of pork scratching or something. Thank you for that, Rob Always United. Really appreciate the super chat, lad. Do you really think Brentford will sell us for 40 million? Yes, I do. 100%. You know why, Francois? He's got a year left on his deal, mate. In a year's time, he could go for nothing. Zero, nada. Niente, nil point. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll be going for nothing very soon if they don't do a deal. And if I was Visser, I would just go in a year's time for free. Because, why sign a new contract at Brentford when you can probably get a big fat money deal for your final club in your career, pretty much? It makes sense for him to try and move. So they will really struggle to sign him up to a big money contract, I think, because they know that a lot of clubs would be interested in him in 1 year's time. And if they want to cash in, they have to cash in now. Cash in now. And then they can get 40 million. But if they wait too long, they won't be able to get any money for him. So that's why I think they will sell him to us for 40 million. It's not because he's worth any less than Mbeumo or Watkins or anyone, really. He's not worth any less. If he had a 4-year contract, he'd be a £65 million player, or a £60 million player at least, or a £55 million player at the very least, just like all these players that are being discussed at the moment. But because he's only got a year left or so, that's it. The reality is his value is lower, and he's more easily obtainable as well. So he should be our number one target, I think. Never mind Gyökeres, never mind Victor Osimhen, never mind any of these players that are coming into the Premier League. Let's go and get Premier League proven players, sign them up, and let's just watch the goals flow, because they already can do it. Let's start playing a bit of Moneyball, Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill film. Decent, based on real events. I don't know the events because, I'm not really into it. But some American sports shite that went down. Moneyball, guys, you know what I'm talking about. Basically choosing players that might not be the biggest signings or the biggest names, but they get the stats and they're proven. They're proven. That's what Moneyball is, basically. It's going to try and get the most value for your money out of who can get you good, consistent results and stats and performances, And so these guys having Premier League proven pedigree, they do that. Yes, mate. Minoda, how you doing? Welcome in. How are you? I'm not too bad. I'm just slowly cooking here. But other than that, I'm all right. Thank you so much for asking. Yes. Hey, we've got 316 legends in here watching right now. That's a Steve Austin amount of people. Give me a hell yeah. And that's the bottom line. Thank you so much to everybody who's in here. Yes, hit the likes, hit the subscribe button. We're on here daily with the United News. Yes, Visser, mate. Visser, lad. Visser would be a great signing. I honestly believe that. Good evening there, Blue Sky. Same here, lad. It's ridiculously crazy in here as well. We're going to do a temperature check again at the end of the transfer news, and I'll show you what's going on. But anyway, let's just have a rundown of what we've discussed in this show so far for anybody who's just getting in the stream. We've got loads of people in here now. Let's have a little look. I'm actually not Aaron Bainbridge, mate. No, it's too damn hot, mate. I can't be in here longer than, an hour or so. I'm gonna die, Aaron Bainbridge, mate. It's too much in here. It's like a greenhouse, this room, mate. Honestly, I can't do it. I've got a fan coming tomorrow, mate. That's gonna solve it, but for now, it's too much. I know. I'm gonna get a portable AC unit. I know. At some point, yes, mate. Okay. So let's have a rundown of what we discussed. Also, you can repost us on X. Links at the top. I'll shout everyone out in a minute. But let's have a look at what we discussed first. So we have got the news that we are... I guess the Mbeumo deal is kind of stalled to some degree. Their sporting director, Phil Giles, says that Mbeumo would be happy to stay if a deal cannot be agreed, which is basically them just saying that they want the maximum amount of money as they can get, i.e. the 70 million that we've asked for. From United's point of view, we can still get that down a bit, but ultimately this is them saying that we have no qualms about him staying for another season and playing for us. He's our player. We'd like him to be at the football club, and if he doesn't go, then that's fine. If he does go, then you're going to have to pay a shitload of cash. That's basically what he's saying here. But also, from our perspective, it doesn't really change that much because we still are just a couple of minutes away from getting this deal done. But he has said that, and obviously from Mbeumo's perspective as well. He's not happy about staying another year. I don't care what this guy says. He said that Mbeumo says he would be happy to stay another year. I say that's absolute poppycock, guys, because why would he be happy to stay another year unless they're going to give him another contract which he's going to get the money on that he would be getting at United? He's not going to be happy, is he? That's the reality. What? He's going to be happy staying and playing for shitty Brentford for 45k a year when he could go and play for one of the biggest, best clubs in the world, Manchester United, and get paid a couple of grand a week. And he's supposed to go and play for a fucking leisure centre for 45 Gs. Come on, mate. Don't make me laugh there, Phil Giles, lad. Phil Giles. More like fucking Farmer Giles, mate. More like fucking Farmer Giles, this hemorrhoid man. What the fuck's he talking about, mate? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Just fucking do the deal with us, Brentford, you greedy bastards. You know what I mean? Goodness me, we've offered 62.5 million. That's a fucking cracking offer. Greedy bastards. Accept 65 and let's do one. Let's part ways. Stop talking with us. Stop negotiating with us. Sell us Visser for a reasonable price at the same time, you prick. Why does everything have to be so fucking volatile all the time? Why are they wasting our time? Why are they stopping us doing business for other deals? They're just greedy, man. Anyway, 70 million, we walk away. I'm saying now we walk away from Farmer Giles. We walk away if they demand 70 million. It's too much. It's too much. The Red Rebels, thank you so much for the £5 super chat there, my son. He says, man who catch fly with chopstick, accomplish anything. Some more Pepsi Max fun money. I sent a super sticker earlier, mate. Oh, shit, I missed that. Sorry, the Red Rebels, lad. I'm so sorry if I missed that, mate. Cheers for that, lad. I've got Cherry Coke on the go. Cherry Coke Zero, lad. So it goes to that, lad. It goes to this fund on this occasion because I've got a thing about these at the moment. But you're a legend there, Red Rebels. Thank you so much, man. That's exactly what it will go on, you legend. Thank you, Red Rebels. Very kind of you, man. Kate Cadet says you need to calm down. Do I need to calm down? Do I need to calm down? It's hard to calm down in this heat. It's hard to calm down when we're seeing Manchester United fanny around like a bunch of namby-pamby fannies. It's very hard to calm down when other clubs are doing the business and the bits in the transfer window and signing lots of players. Manchester United are there fingering pies and sat on their hands and doing absolutely piss all. It's so frustrating. And now, what have we got to look forward to? Even if we do sign Mbeumo, what have we got to look forward to? Signing nobody else unless we sell players which are unsaleable. Goodness me. It'll be difficult to get these guys sold for a fraction of their prices. That's the reality. So we're going to have to take a big punt or a big loss on all of these melts. Pretty much all of these melts we're trying to sign. Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, Højlund, Onana, Mount. They're all on crazy money and they're all gash. So it is frustrating, mate, because I want to see us sign 3, 4, 5 players this summer overall. And what are we going to do? What we're going to do? We're probably going to end up signing your nan as a new fucking sandwich maker in the canteen and sack off Doris because she refuses to work for fucking below minimum wage. You know what I mean? And that's all we end up signing because we can't sell anyone. So hopefully we can sell players. No, I'm not calming down, Cakenet. I'm just warming up, mate. I'm not calming down. I'm just warming up, my son. Tansification. Thank you, says, say what you feel, don't hold back. Mate, big ups to you, Tandy. Thank you very much for the super chat. Maybe I do need to calm down, actually. It's quite hot, isn't it? Yeah. Mohamed Kudu, I like him a lot, mate. I do like him a lot, absolutely. But I'm hearing price tags of what, like fucking 70, 80 million or something. I don't know if he's worth that much. But I'm hearing, yeah. I mean, there's other options, isn't there? This is another thing about this Mbeumo situation. Like, we want Mbeumo. Mbeumo wants us. This is like, I don't know, they're like cock-blocking us right now, aren't they? You know, like when you go up to a bird in a club and you say, hi, how you doing? You're nice. Obviously, you don't probably say that, but you say you're nice. And then her big fucking grandma elbowed friend fucking pops in there. Oh, no, yeah, we're fine, thanks. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're fine, thanks. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I know she's got a fella. Oh, no, we're having a girls night out. Yeah, she's fine, thanks. Do you know what I mean? That's it. This guy's a fucking massive cock blocker. That's what's happening. Manchester United want Mbeumo. Mbeumo wants us. He's turned down lots of other clubs, but they're stopping the deal. And what could potentially happen? United go, you know what? There's better options, better signings for us to go and get for less money. And then what? Mbeumo's there, going home on his own, you know. And we've gone and picked up some, you know, some dime piece later on. Yeah, we've gone and got somebody else. But you're there. Flicking your bean, love. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. What am I even talking about anymore? This transfer window's driving me crazy. I'm just saying, right? You know what I'm trying to say. They're cock-blocking us, guys. And Mbeumo wants us. We want Mbeumo. Just accept the deal at 65 million and let's move on from this. Like he says, so correct. I'm all right, Lee Heasman. Getting a bit hot under the collar here, lad. Stephen Shipman, how goes it? But it's true, guys. That's exactly what's going on. And if that is what happens, then you're not just going to fixate on her all night long, unless you're some sort of stalker. No, you're gonna do the rounds. You're gonna do the rounds, aren't you? And you're gonna try and sign somebody else. So that's it, really. They could potentially have a very unhappy player on their hands. And Mbeumo's happy to stay and play for another year, is he? Bullshit. He's getting 45 grand a week. That's like a quarter of what he's going to get at United, probably. You know, playing for a leisure centre, for Pete's sake. Nobody's going to be happy about staying at Brentford, I'm sorry. When there's an offer on the table from United for the big money that we're prepared to pay, and the accolades and the size of the club and the brand and everything that comes with it, these players will be fuming to stay at Brentford, I bet. Unless he's going to get more money at Brentford and they sign him up to a new deal. You're just extremely hot, Cat Slater. Do you know what, Kate Cadet? You're not just a little bit of a slag. You're a total slag. We already pulled. Arsenal fans dismissing Madueke. I highly rate him and I take him in a heartbeat. Oh, we already pulled. Well, unfortunately, we pulled, mate, but it's pull a pig night, mate. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry, ladies. I'm just saying, we've already pulled a lot of players in over the last few seasons, but none of which were any good. Not very many of them, anyway. Quacko, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Yes, if you're new like Quacko there, please hit the subscribe button, get yourself involved. We're on here pretty much every single morning, afternoon and night. Apart from today, we didn't actually, because I was doing a load of shite around the garden and just doing some stuff that I've been putting off for ages. And tomorrow I've got to get rid of a massive pile of garden waste. So that's going to be fun. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so that's the latest news, guys. You know, that's the latest news. I didn't even do the latest news. I just went off on a massive Mbeumo tangent there. I'm so sorry. I was doing a rundown of the news, then I got distracted. Let's continue with the rundown. So that's the Mbeumo news, guys. We're expected to also be pushing for sales to free up further funds. Rashford returns from Villa. Watkins considered a target now. If Rasmus Højlund leaves, apparently, I hope he's a target even if Rasmus doesn't leave. But I like Ollie Watkins. I think he is a good target to have on the shortlist. It's not my preferred signing. As I've said, my preferred signing is Visser. But I think Watkins would be a good pickup also, especially if it means not having to deal with those Brentford shithouses for another deal. But then again, like we said, there's only a year left on Visser's contract, so just maybe we could do a deal there. And then in regards to this situation here, it just, with Ollie Watkins, it fits into what we're trying to do at the moment, which is to try and bring in Premier League proven players. Watkins' stats last 5 seasons, if you missed it, there they are. 16 goals, 5 assists season just gone, 27 and 15 assists season before that, 16 and 6 assists season before that. You know, consistency and proven goals and influence and effectiveness in the Premier League from him. So that is good. I like his stats. I like his consistency. And I'd take him at the club in a heartbeat, to be fair. Chelsea in touch with Garnacho as well is the other news that's coming out via Laurie Whitwell. Let me just go have a look on X, see if there's any latest updates that may be coming out during this show, breaking news or anything. Let me go have a little look, see if there's any updates from the major journos. Doesn't look like it. No, it's all just mainly about this inter-game. No, nothing really going on there. No. Okay, brilliant. Right, let's get stuck into the live chat. Oh, before I do, let me just shout out everyone that's reposted us on X. Big up the legends who've reposted. Shout out the mighty Hamada, the Bacon Brigade, etc., who've done this. Let me just go and take a little look. Hang on, give me a second. Okay, so shout out to the 8 legends that have reposted us. Thank you so much to John James Power, Elliot Tapfuman, Paul Nangle, John Boy Cat, Ben Thornton, Francois Cock, Ashley Vogt, and Larry Hass. Let's go, you legends. Thank you so much for getting in there and reposting us on X. Appreciate you guys. Right, let's get into the chat for a bit then, you legends. Let's see what you guys are saying about yourselves. Who thinks who we should get who? Get your thoughts in. Okay. Right, watch us turn to dibbling now. Watkins will do nicely. Your new striker will be DCL Pigmate because he's free. Oh, mate, don't even get me started. I mean, as a third choice backup, he'd be all right, I suppose. He's injury prone, though, but as a third choice backup, I'm talking about. And even then, there's way better third choice backups. Chido Obi, even, probably better off just sticking with him and developing him. You know, also the likes of Jamie Vardy, you could pick him up for nothing. You know, he would be a decent sort of acquisition. But certainly Jonathan David as a second choice striker or someone to play regularly but not all the time would also be a very good pickup, wouldn't he? So yeah, I don't think DCL is on the agenda personally. He's just a bit too shit, isn't he? He's a bit shit. Keep hydrating. I don't even have any water, lad. I've just got You'd rather have Dame Edna up front than Hoyland. If Gittins went for 50, we should be asking for more. For Garnacho, Prem Proven and more. That's what I'm saying, Ben. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Think about it. Gittins going for 50 million. Never even had a cap for England, has he? Never had a cap for England, Gittins. But he's going for 50 mil there, Ben Thornster lad. I agree. It's crazy money. You'd rather have Ian Watkins from H from Steps Pop Group than Ollie Watkins. You're a weirdo, lad. Fair enough about Watkins' stats, but couldn't we be some younger, cheaper, rough diamond? Yeah, true, fair enough. Yeah, well, that's maybe where Chido Obi comes in, trying to develop that guy, you know? So if you went for experienced, proven Prem player up top, somebody like Mateta, Visser, Ollie Watkins, then it gives you goals and consistency and, you know, just a bit of regular sort of confidence for a couple of seasons, and then hopefully by that time you've addressed the issue and got somebody else in who's going to be the next beast. And Mbeumo should refuse to train for Brentford. Good shout, lad. You'd rather go get Durand and Watkins. Fair enough, but Durand's on crazy money, and obviously it doesn't even look like we're in for a shout now. Hasn't he already agreed to go to Fenerbahce, isn't it? Let's go. Ollie Watkins. Evening, Michael Sharp. We just got back from work. The heat nearly killed me today. Been craving my air conditioner. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. I need to get one of those things, man. I bet that's beautiful, lad. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the beads of sweat just rolling down my face, but they are. Dreading thought of Flubber Onana in goal via Arsenal. Oh, hopefully it won't happen now. We've got to get a new keeper in, don't we, before then. Link says, supposing Watkins does sign, then who would you pick to replace him? So, supposing Watkins does sign, then who would you pick to replace him? Replace who? So, sorry? What do you mean? For Aston Villa, you mean? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think, you know, Rashford would be a good pickup for them, but I very much doubt it, mate. They can't afford the wages, but like I said, maybe we could do a deal for them. G-Wolf, no, I'm not, mate. No, it's too bloody hot for that, lad. I can't be asked with that, mate, tonight. It's too hot. It's simply too hot. Oh, no, I'll leave it. I've ordered a big fan that's coming tomorrow, hopefully, mate, so... Yeah, not tonight, lad, not tonight. You would miss the Gashmas Boylan rants if he goes. Are you serious, K Cadet? You got your priorities all wrong there, my friend. You know what I mean? Going to see Poundland Oasis gigs and also, you know, missing Gashmus Boylan rants, mate. Nobody misses the Gashmus Boylan rants, lad. You'd rather have Doris the Tea Lady than Dominic Manbag Lewin, injury-prone Mel. Dominic Manbag Lewin, I love it. Vardy would be great for us for a season or two. I agree, Palmer. As a squad player, backup player, nothing wrong with Jamie Vardy. Tansification, thank you so much again for another super chat. He says, I know, it's bullshit, mate. Don't even get me started. YouTube have had their pants down with this guff, making everyone use their handles or whatever. It's bizarre. Anyway, Tansification, he says, a.k.a. Midnight. What the fuck is this username, BS Pig? I would say I'm not a United fan, but you are hilarious. So shamefully, I'm a subscriber for your comedy gold. What a legend, Tansification, lad. I appreciate that, lad. Who do you support then again? Some shithouses, no doubt. But much love to you. We welcome you aboard the Bacon Express anyway, Tansification. Lovely message, mate. Thank you so much for that, lad. And I don't know what's up with this YouTube malarkey. It's a joke. Usernames have been fucked up beyond all recognition for 3 days now. Yes, they have. They have. You'd rather buy Duran. Yep. After Chairman said this, absolutely, Man United inflated the player market way too much. I don't know if it's us, really, you know, Ultra Poters. Is it us? I don't think it's us right now. I think it's been previously other clubs as well, but certainly this summer, I don't think it is us. I know we signed Cunha early doors, but in the end, you know, that's not looking... I don't think that's looking like an obscene deal or anything. Look at what Liverpool are doing. Look at what Liverpool have spent on Wirtz, Florian Wirtz. How much was it? 117 million altogether. I mean, that's overinflating the market, isn't it? That's what that's doing. It's not Poundland Oasis, 50 quid a ticket this gig, Penny. Bloody hell. Well, okay, maybe not Poundland Oasis, more like Home Bargains Oasis then, you know? Home Bargains vibe. Still not the real thing, is it? And let's face it, I don't know how much an actual Oasis ticket is for their tour, but I'm guessing it's a shitload more than 50 quid. So it is basically, you're basically shopping at B&M Oasis, mate. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You would feel very angry, sure, Brian, after Chairman. Yes. Okay, so if you're in Mbeumo and your Chairman said this, right, that he'd be happy to stay when there's an offer on the table for way more money at Manchester United for a way bigger club. I think I'd be a bit pissed off as well, just like you just said there, Lucky Singh, mate. It's crazy, isn't it? This guy come out and say that. There's no way Mbeumo would be happy staying there for another year unless he's given a new big contract. And it's way loads more than he's getting right now, which they won't do. So, yeah, it's absolute nonsense. He's not happy to stay there. He wants to go. He wants to join Man United. And if he ended up staying there and Man United turned our attention somewhere else and signed a different player, then I'll tell you something, Mbeumo's going to be absolutely fuming. And then they're going to have a one-away player on their hands and they won't be able to get anywhere near 65 million, which is a good offer from us. So they should just do the deal with us, shouldn't they? Nice, Dave. You're seeing Oasis in Cardiff on Friday. Wow, mate. Nice, mate. Enjoy that. That's going to be sick. Enjoy it. Does Watkins' wage demands fit our new wage structure? Yes, it does, because ultimately he's a Aston Villa player. I'm not too sure what he's on, but I'd imagine he's probably on, like, what, 180,000 a week or somewhere in that region? Maybe 200 max? I mean, Aston Villa only over the last couple of seasons have really sort of had that resurgence. Before that, you know, they're not spending the big monies. They're not spending the big monies on players. So I'm not 100% what his wages are, but I'm pretty sure it is in keeping with what we're trying to do with signing players. And remember, he is a bit older. We don't want to, you know, get stuck with a big player on a few 100,000 a week. So I think he's probably going to be available for, you know, certainly within our range of 150 to 200k a week. Bell 6891 getting in there. It's Q&A time. Get yourselves in there, guys. Doesn't matter what Liverpool paid. I guarantee he's not on 200k a week. And how many bang average Melts earning 150k a week have we got? Yeah, almost all of them, mate. And they're all bang average, aren't they, pretty much? Yeah, you are right. It's ridiculous when you consider Sancho's wages of 300k a week, or Rashford on 350k a week, or Casemiro on 350k a week. These are crazy figures to be paying our players. So, yeah, like I said previously, and I hate to repeat myself and bore people, but as I've said previously over the week, I feel like United need to get away from the wage structures that we sort of had in place over the last decade and start being a lot more strict, even if it means signing a lesser name or lesser standard player at the moment, but just trying to build. So like limiting new signings to 60 million and 200,000k a week, rather than going to buy players for 85 million and putting them on 300k a week and all this sort of stuff, or 73 million on Sancho and 300 grand a week wages. Forget that noise. Just get them in at a reasonable price and pay them a reasonable wage, and get rid of the toxicity and the inconsistencies within United's wage structure, because that's another thing. When you look around the dressing room, you've got players who aren't even any good getting paid more than good players. That's where That's where a little bit of resentment and issues might start to come in. So very important you get rid of all these melts and then sort the wage structure out over the next couple of seasons. Brentford just playing hardball. Oasis City scummers, you know it, you absolutely know it. What would Watkins cost? I think he'd probably be about 40 million, 45 million maybe. It depends. Like we said, obviously there is a sense that Villa might be interested in one of our players, like a Garnacho or a Rashford or someone possibly. So we could maybe do a bit of a deal with them in that regard. We tried like hell to get Oasis tickets, but couldn't. But still, I have a good night on Thursday night, and Pig will be sat in his underpants, sweating his balls off on stream. Oh, it definitely will be. Tomorrow's going to be even hotter. So the temperature right now, it's got up to a steamy 29.1 degrees Celsius in this room right now, folks. Yes, it's very, very, very difficult to get tickets for that, wasn't it? Watkins, no Tony, no Lewin. Let's abandon this striker. Hadn't used the money to get 2 mids and a goalkeeper. Thing is, there are strikers available, though. You know, I think Visser's the prime candidate with his 1 year left on his deal. Man City Scummer says he wants to play for a club on the up. Your club is close to relegation in the European League title. No wonder he's happy to stay. Oh, okay then, Manchester City Scummer. Well, you know, are your players going to be happy to stay when you get sacked off and banished down to the bottom of the Football League, which is going to happen at some point in your future, lad? Will they be happy to stay there? I don't think they will. Why is Piers Morgan on screen? It does look like Piers Morgan, doesn't it? Goodness me, a.k.a. the bird lady from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. You know what I mean? Good shout. Anyway, let's keep chatting for a bit here, guys. I'm having fun here. Let's chat for a bit. It's very hot, but let's chat for a bit. Or offer huge bonuses, absolutely. Man United should sell Garnacho and go for Matoma. I like Matoma, I rate Matoma, but Matoma would cost too much and he's getting on a bit. Like, how old is Matoma now? I think he's like 31 or something, mate. He's no spring chicken. He is getting on. Look, I draw the line at 29 at the moment. 29's fine for me because you can still get 3-4 years of top football out of them. You know, top football. How can you cope with that 29.1 at 11 p.m. is crazy. I can't cope with it, mate. I don't know if you can see my head. It's moist, lad. I can't cope. I'm just sweating buckets here, mate. My back is sopping wet. But it's all right. Tomorrow we're going to get a cheeky little fan hopefully delivered if there's any luck. And, you know, it should be all good to... should be all good. Andrews will take Brentford to 15th. That's what I'm saying, Duderino. Changing of the guard. It's a new era for Brentford. Players jumping ship. What do rats do when there's a ship sinking? They jump ship. They jump off a sinking ship. That's what they're trying to do right now, it seems, because they've just lost a new manager and a new manager's coming in, and he's obviously a bit gash, in my opinion. I don't think that's a great appointment for them. And it depends who they can keep hold of in their squad. There might be a bit of a mass exodus. That happens a lot of the time when a manager leaves. You get a mass exodus of players leaving, you know. Who left when Fergie left, guys? Remember that? Changing of the guard there at United. I think, was it... Did Vidic leave? Yeah, Vidic left. Vidic and Rio? Rio and Vidic. And a couple of others all left. Scholesy fucked off for sure. All I'm saying is there's a lot of players that will go with a manager like that, basically. They're there for the project, they're there for the manager. But if the club's not massive, Giggsy as well, yeah, Giggsy. If the club's not massive, right, then what's your motivation to stay? It's not the money, because you're going to get more money elsewhere. It's not the project, because you're probably going down now. It's not the manager, because the good manager that you've worked with for years and had that good relationship is gone. You know, it's not even necessarily the fan base or whatever, because it's a small club compared to most. So, like, it's hard for a club like Brentford to keep hold of their players. I think we should be pilfering them this summer. Oh, shit, Matoma's 28. Is he really? Oh, fucking hell. Why did I think he was 31 then? I have no idea. But that's actually not... That's me saying 31's too old. He's bloody younger than Watkins. All right, well, I don't know why I thought that for some reason, but I did. Anyway, yeah, 28's not too old. 28's not too old. But again, Brighton would want a lot of money for him. Brighton seem to be such a great club when it comes to raising funds for players. They get big money all the way, you know, for the likes of the Caicedo deals and the this João Pedro they just sold for 50-odd million. You know, they get good money, so I think he would cost a lot. I think they would probably want 60 or 70 million for him. I don't know. Yeah, our culture left when Fergie left. Giggs retired. Correct pick. Every club going down. The Cake says, why isn't Nicola fanning you? down, pig, and fetching you fresh glasses of water. Bad that. Hey, I'm with you, kicking it. I think it's piss poor. Nicola? Nicola? Mrs. P, are you there? Can you come here, please, darling? And can you bring a hand fan? And also some water, please. Good shout, Kate Cadet. Luke Melter-Shaw's still here. Yeah, good luck trying to get rid of that melt. Van Persie was so disappointed and was never the same. Oh, yeah, when Fergie left. I know he only came in for a year, you could see. Oh, nice, Mrs. P. You're looking nice. Hey, Mrs. P. Kate Cadet wants to know this. He says, why isn't Nicola fanning you down, pig, and fetching you fresh glasses of water? Bad that.
I've been munching on chocolates.
Oh, nice. Well, can you just do us a favour and just give me a bit of a fanning, please, Sheen? There you go, right there. That'll do. That should do. Just give me a bit of a fanning. Go on.
That's quite dusty.
Yeah, it's dusty, but it's all good. Just give it a fanning. Give me a fanning there.
Kate Cadet and everyone.
I'm joking, Mrs. P. Anyway, thank you for that. Okay, no, just Kate said that anyway. Jill says, hasn't she got better things to do? No. Yeah, of course she does. She's had a busy day. Yeah, she has. No, she has had better things to do. She was at training today at work, and then she had a meeting, and then she went shopping, and then she's been hanging out with her daughter, and then what have you been doing tonight? Just sweating, basically. We've been sweating non-stop. We've got no fans, guys, in the house. No fans. We've got one fan, which is this Gash fan here, which is a little, like, desk, USB fan. It's Gash. And we're going on a fan hunt tomorrow. I've got one coming, but it's not been dispatched yet. I'm annoyed about that, but hopefully it's coming tomorrow. Other than that, I'm going down B&Q or Tesco's or somewhere tomorrow, and I'm getting some fans. I'm getting fans, guys. Tomorrow is fan day.
We're going on a fan hunt.
We are.
Find a big one. We're not scared.
Oh my God.
Remember the book?
Well, I do remember that book, yeah, but a bit of an obscure reference for this stream right now.
It just reminded me. Do you remember the book I used to read, Little Miss? We're going
I do. We're going on a fan hunt. Somebody in the live chat might remember that. I don't know if they got kids reading that book to their kids.
Like grass, long wavy grass. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. Oh no, you've got to go for
Cancel
it.
that fan order.
Bye,
Thanks, Mrs. P. Appreciate you. You got no fans. You got no grand. If you want some, I'll give it you. I said, if you want some, I'll give it you. You got no fans? You have fans on this channel only? Oh, yeah, exactly. Got one fan on AC. All lovely. Pig, decent tower fans and home bargains, mate. They're 20. Oh, really, Lewis? I have to get up there, lad. Yeah. I ordered a decent sort of tower fan. Hopefully it's decent, but yes, that's a good shout. I was looking earlier, so that's pretty good. Rob Always United, let's go. Start a fan club. We've got a fan club, mate. Patreon. Check out my Patreon, guys, if you want to support the show off of YouTube. There's extra added content there. There's also a community chat there offline, which is always available. Put an exclamation mark Patreon in there if you want to be a patron. Also, you do get your name added to all the intros and outros of all streams, all watch-alongs and all streams for the outros anyway. But yes, all Patrons, big up the patrons, all patron, big up the Patreons. You can join if you want. For I can't remember how much it is now, a few quid a month. Ultra Potus, thank you so much there, very much indeed, for the fan fund. Oh, thank you so much, Ultra Potus, legend. I will put that towards the fan, mate. That's very kind. Legend there, Ultra Potus. Thank you so much, lad. Pig, if Villa have PSI issues, why would they get rid of the only striker they have at the club? Because they obviously have to maybe sign some other players as well. Sign some other lads in there. Probably who are cheaper, maybe cash in on a player who's 29 and go and sign a cheaper, younger, up and coming player for the future, possibly. Ben, I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe Watkins wants to leave. Maybe United could twist their arm. Potentially could happen. Oh, we are dehydrated. You buy one, you get one free. I said you buy one, you get one free. For every window and door you buy, you get another one. Absolutely free. Mrs. P's after a big one. Oh, matron. Oh, yes. Piggy, I'll pay for your OnlyFans. Oh, thank you very much there, Supreme Leader. I don't have one of those, but, Sully Griffin, how you doing, you legend? Good to see you, Sully. How you getting on there, Mr. Griffin? Good to see you, mate. I'm enjoying this Q&A tonight, guys. Keep them coming, keep them coming. Keep smashing the likes as well. Can we get to 300 likes on the stream? How many are we on? We're on 249, so let's have a like spike, hit the thumbs up, give us a boost on the algorithm, and let's push it out there, my friends. Next week, we'll have the hearing on. Sorry, the heating on, yeah. Tesco, nice and cool. Oh, lovely. We need a punker wallet to kick Piggy. Hashtag save Gashmus. Yes, how about no? How about no, you crazy mank bastard? Dude Arena says opening soon. Opening scene, dude in his own gown buying milk. Smelling it. Okay, steady on there, TK6. That explains a few things. Lewis says, is it just me? Or if Fergie was on our recruitment staff, we would have had Mbeumo wrapped up like ages ago. Well, yes. Probably true. I mean, Fergie was like one of those old school guys who literally, he used to go around and like go to players' homes and stuff to try and convince them to sign for Man United and shit like that. You know, he was a recruiter as well as a coach and manager and all the rest of it as well. Like back in the day, he used to do that, didn't he? But they've sacked him off, mate. The club sacked him off from his ambassadorial role and stuff. You know? So if it gets hotter, then you buy your drinks in bulk to cool down. I like your style, lad. Yeah, good shout there, Lucky Singh. You know it. Rasmus got to be sold. That's the problem, really. In order to get these players, you know, like getting Watkins or maybe Visser or anybody beyond Mbeumo. So as I've said, I do believe that United had the funds available and ready this summer to sign Mbeumo and Cunha. That was always there. But beyond that, that's all of our transfer budget probably gone. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'd imagine it's all gone with us failing to get European football this season and us having to also pay for previous debts and all that kind of thing. It's gone. So in order to finance other transfers, you know, a goalkeeper, a striker, at the bare minimum, we do have to still sell lots of players. And most of the players, very hard to sell. So I'm not holding my breath for player sales. But just remember, tomorrow is the 1st of July. Because of that whole PSR guff, the new financial year begins and stuff in regards to that. So it is expected there could be a big flurry. So let's just hope tomorrow we see big business being done all around Europe and including in Manchester United's team. Hopefully there is an offer on the table from someone for Garnacho or Rashford or, you know, whoever. Hopefully that can happen. Pig, isn't it meant to be cooler from now on? You're a bit late with the fan. I don't know, mate. I hope so, lad. I really hope so. First tomorrow, all systems go. That's probably what's going to happen. But we need some fans. We do need some fans, mate. So latest temp on your thermometer. It's only 28.9 now, mate, because Mrs. P wafted some nice cold air in. Oh, it's 29. Yeah, so are we getting Mbeumo? We're working on it, Jesse. We're working on it. I'm sure he is very much pushing for the move as well. Sweltering at Wimbledon then. Oh, I bet. There isn't one actually happening tonight, Mad Effects. I have to apologise. It's annoying, I know, but it's just too hot in here, mate. I can't be doing with staying in here for another couple of hours, lad. Hot cup of tea will cool you down. Oh, Pig, you're like the Mbeumo deal. It's meant to cool down after day and you're getting the fan too late. Well, could be, mate, could be. Onana has to be sold. Good luck with that. Yeah. Yeah, so you have to be a pretty good salesman to sell Andre Onana to another team right now, don't you? Anybody want this player who cost £50 million just 2 years ago and has basically proceeded to prove that he's got the flobberiest hand in all of the land? It's very difficult to sell him right now. That's another player that's just hard to get rid of. You wouldn't let him on the court. It's like pulling teeth trying to get the flotsam out. Absolutely. Dudorino says has to be. Melissa says tired of these gash players not wanting to leave. It's killing our progression. Well said, Melissa, absolutely. That's it. I mean, it would be nice if these players wanted to play elsewhere for a little bit less money, but it's our own fault for giving them such big contracts. Hopefully we learn from this and we don't do it again. Your month is over, Piggy. What do you mean there, Ultra POTUS? No one wants our players, Piggy. We've got loads of money. We're revenue-generating monsters. That's true, James. That's true. I mean, the fan base, the commercialism, the brand deals, all of that. We make huge money. Last chance saloon for Mbeumo deal. That's it. Really, if they don't accept a slightly improved offer, we should walk away. Sell the Deadwood to Leverkusen, 10 degrees cooler after tomorrow. Oh, yeah, lovely, Philip. I like a bit of heat, I really do, but just not in this garage, mate, because basically what happens is it's southwest facing, so it just gets the sun all day. It's obscene. You think Audi was selling mini swimming pools and hot tubs? We should go for Anti-Gordon and sale Sancho. Interesting. I mean, Gordon wouldn't be my favourite pick for Amarim system, but I feel what you're saying. Pick mine up from Home Bargains, 15 quid. Decent, like. Nice one, Reaper's King. Yeah, I might have to get up at Home Bargains with Mrs. P and go fan shopping. Apparently Arsenal will be going guns blazing after today. Easy lined up and hopefully they decide a striker. Possible poll, is it time to panic or not in the transfer window for United supporters? It's not time to panic. It will be time to panic if it gets to like the 15th of July and we've not signed anyone. But if we do sign Mbeumo in the next few days and then we can sign one or two others before pre-season, which the first pre-season game is the 19th of July, basically before then we should be okay. But again, I absolutely hate when we don't plan well for the season. We don't get players in before pre-season. We should have every signing in before pre-season. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see us dragging long deals out throughout the whole summer and then signing them when the season's already underway at the end of August. That's not a good recipe for success. Yeah, nice one, Ultra Bodus lad. You don't have a girlfriend, you just know a woman that would hate to hear me say that. All right. Am I in an integral garage? If I don't know, what does that mean? It's connected on the side of the house, if that's what you mean, and there's like a doorway through to the kitchen. You're ready to take the tinfoil off me, then turn me over to be basted. Same. Possible poll, can Bruno play in central defence midfield, yes or no? RK, good question. What do you think, guys? I think he can play, well, not the CDM role, but he can play in the midfield too with a proper CDM destroyer next to him. Because he's very mobile, he is combative, he does get around. I think he could do that role, but he's not ideal for it, is he? But I think he can do it. He's a great passer. Yeah, Wednesday temp's supposed to drop. Nice. Was never there. Imagine queuing for tickets. Seriously, Hoyland should still go on loan to the Championship. It could come back and bite us in the arse. I feel you on that one as well, Paula. I wonder what happens there, whether he does go out on loan and we keep hold of him and, you know, we let him go away and get that experience and come back a better player in a year's time. Or we just look to sell the guy outright. That could quite easily happen as well. Need to work on your tan? I do. Thank you for that. I've been trying to. But I still got that old prison pallor on the go, don't I? Sancho never accept a pay cut. Melissa says we need Chelsea's buying and selling team. How the hell they keep signing players then selling players for big cash-ins? What is they selling? Absolutely. Very first United game that you remember watching. Do you know, it must be like the first Premier League season. I seem to remember, like, I've got faint memories of when Steve Bruce scored that winning header, you know, or that important header to win us the league, you know, for that first league title. Remember that? Remember that one? So I think it's probably that Brucey header, mate, is my first proper Man United memory. So when would that be? Like 1992 or something? 92. Bruno and Baleva would have been the one that get watered when Bruno is done. I don't know. It's just, you want to see what Spain and Portugal and France and those places are like. Goodness me, did you see Spain had recorded their hottest day on record with something like 47 degrees? Crazy. Previously beating out one that was set in Seville like some 40 years ago or something. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot across Europe in general, isn't it? Alejandro Garnacho will offer himself. Brentford, Villa, Tottenham. Sales are so crucial. Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony need to go. In Vegas, it's 107. It's a different kind of heat over here, mate. It's muggy. It's very close. Do you know what I mean? It's claggy. Claggy heat, mate. Claggy. You know what I'm saying? Very muggy and claggy. You know what I mean? It's a different kind of heat. Sancho and Rashi will need to be priced out of the nightclubs before they get sold. Better talk to folks, seniors. Hey, yes, you know it. He will be looking to move. Hot enough to fry steaks. First match you remember was 91 Cup Winners' Cup final of Man United v Barcelona. Do you know what? I think I remember that one as well, Dave. Actually, now you mention it. If that was before, that's when Mark Hughes scored a couple, yeah? Is that the one? I seem to remember. Anyway, nice one, Dave Watkins. Appreciate that, you legend. Good memory jog right there. My first Premier League game was United beating Southampton in 98 at the Old Dell. Oh, nice, Steve, lad. Nice. 1977 Old Trafford against Arsenal. I was 4. Oh, wow, Wayne. Going back to the 70s, lad. Yes, nice. Anthony pushing Villarreal if Real Betis takes time. Oh, we haven't even talked about that, have we? Yeah. So Anthony hopefully will still be going to Real Betis. But they are signing other players and stuff, so I'm not holding out any hope. United v Everton for me, Whiteside banger in the FA Cup. 86 v Luton. Yeah, well, the first game I actually went to for Man United would have been probably around 1993 or 4, maybe. Maybe, yeah. It was Wimbledon at Old Trafford. That was the very first game I ever went to. And then So the old Wimbledon, not obviously MK Dons, you know, but like, or the new Wimbledon. I mean the old Wimbledon, you know, with like the John Fashion new Wimbledon and all that. Anyway, that was the very first game I ever went to. And then the first away game I went to would have been at Bournemouth when there was like a friendly there, basically Man United v Bournemouth when Beckham played. And United won 1-0 and Beckham scored the goal. At Dean Court, that would have been the first away sort of game, if you want to call it that I went to. Yeah, huge 2 goals. That's it. 67-74 and Koeman scored a Barca goal. That's it, lad. That's it, lad. Yes, I remember it. We had hotter summers in the 70s. Very hard to sleep. It is muggy. Tomorrow is tea to you. If we ever get Glazers out the next season, we should use the green yellow kits. Spot on, Tige. My bowels is hot. They are indeed. August 74 v Cardiff City when we got relegated. Oh, shit the bed, lad. Urbano Valdez, a legend has entered. How you doing, Urbano? Great to see you, my friend. Yes, mate. What's good? Big up, everyone. Yes, hello to you as well, Urbano. Great to see you, legend. We're going to be on here for a couple more minutes. Hope you're doing good, Urbano. How's your day going? I bet it's hotter over here than it is in Texas right now. Actually, no, I bet it's not. I bet it's not. Probably like 40 degrees where you are. But good to see you, lad. Your first game was 3-2 win over Liverpool. Gary Pallister got 2 goals. Oh, mate, Pally and Brucey back in the day. Beasts. Paul Parker, Dennis Irwin. Oh, can you name something good Sancho has done for United? Least he could do is leave. I guess he's made us appreciate other players slightly more. That's the only good thing he's done, because he's shown himself to be such an egomaniac shithouse that you can maybe forgive someone like Harry Maguire, who's just a little bit gash sometimes, because at least he's professional and works hard. You know what I mean? Been a fan for 50 years, it's hard to think what the first game was so long ago. Oh, really, Melissa? Well, yeah, get yourself one down there one day. Maybe they'll come to somewhere close to where you live, and then you don't have too far to go, you know? 1976, worst heat wave. All the long hot summer of 1976. It's very famous, yes. Ben Thornton's doing so. But we had already gone with the lawn. Mark scored for City. You what? Thornstein, you went on loan. That's about it. Kate says we'll probably never get the Glazers out. Yeah, good luck with that, mate. I know. They just got their tendrils really in Manchester United, don't they, mate? That's absolutely true. Right, let's read a couple more comments out. Then we'll think about wrapping it up. But big ups to the live chat legends still in here at 11:30 at night. On this, the 30th of June, 2025. And obviously tomorrow is the 1st of July. And so we should hopefully start to see some sales maybe going on. Perhaps that's the reason United haven't been underselling one, is because teams are waiting for this PSR new financial year. Maybe now we'll see some sales. I still think it's going to be very hard for us to sell players, though. Why don't the Glazers want us to wear the green and yellow kits? Because they're shithouses, lad, and it represents Glazers out, and now they don't want that. It's raining here today, so not too hot. Oh, raining. But I hate the humidity. Oh, I feel you, lad. What's going on with Anthony? Again, it's just really Real Betis are the main team interested, and they're trying to raise the funds and scratch enough funds together. 13 in Northern Ireland here at the moment. It still feels like it's 25. Muggy as fuck. 13, really wow. 29.1 degrees C in my room. I think it's like 22 degrees now at night where I am outside, though. Got a cold glass of milk in you? Good shout. Sancho's ego's bigger than the Grand Canyon? Good shout. English kindness that Maguire gets astounds me. Well, we have really been through the ringer with Maguire. You know, I've given him so much stick and criticism over the years. The first couple of seasons, I don't think I ever slagged off anybody as much as I ever did with Harry Maguire. You know, I used to put the boot in with him every week because he was so shite for us. But you know what? He's established himself as a good, solid team player. And he works very hard. And he's always fit and available. And he's professional. And that's a lot more than can be said for the likes of Rashford, Sancho, and all these melts. 2035 Malaysia All-Stars game. Oh, mate, yeah. You just remember about the 76 heat wave. I was 4. Contender for our worst signing since Fergie. In fact, he's a front run. Absolute flop, and we still can't get rid of him. Very true, very true. Sancho, no comment. 4 a.m. in India. Get in, lad. Nice. Went with your mate. Watched Leeds v Wolves 1980. Mental. Oh, mate, I bet it was feisty there in the crowds back then. Like hooliganism days and stuff, isn't it? It was peak round about then, wasn't it? Man United v Barca, 82-83, I think, night match. Robson, Stapleton, Maradona was there. We come from behind. Oh, really? Maradona was there as well. That's awesome. Would you say Cantona was the biggest recent legend? Biggest recent legend? I mean, he's like one of the biggest legends. Definitely. Recent legend. Is he recent? I mean, I suppose he is, but he's 90s, isn't he? That's several decades ago now, you know? Is that recent? I don't know. Thank you. Happy 4th of July for then. It'll be good to finally set some concrete evening about buying and selling. That's very true from the 1st of July. Still nobody beats Guy. No, still nobody, but we're working on maybe, others, or at least players on the shortlist. But ultimately, yes, this is a shit show. And we are likely not to really even sell any players for a little while because it's difficult to get rid. But it is the 1st of July. Let's just hope that that's going to make some things happen. Sweating like Gashmas Hoyler near an open goal. And Anthony Santos wants any mid-table club. You'd like to be a fly on the wall at Carrington tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Shaw deserves more stick than Maguire. At least he showed up. Yeah, that's right. I agree, 100%. Maguire showed up, stepped up. First United game when beat Southampton at the Dell. 5-2, George Best, 3 goals in 1971. Oh, lovely, Neil. That's banging. And wait, that's awesome. Got to see Bestie smack a hat-trick, lad. And Mbeumo, 10th July signing. Lovely. Well, it's a bit too late for me. I would hope the 4th of July, Independence Day. Maguire must left for free next year, but better not give him an extension. No, I probably by then he'll be ready to go, yeah. Yep, fair enough. Piggy 8.93, I was painting the stairs when Brucey scored, dropped the tin of paint. That's the one, yeah, that's the one that I can remember when I was a little wee nipple lad. There you go, you dropped the paint. Oh, shit. Crikey, mate. Nightmare. Hopefully you didn't have to buy a new carpet. When Maguire became captain, I dreaded every match. Yeah, same. He just wasn't a good captain, was he? That's it. I think the armband weighed heavy on him, even more than his slab does. Maguire's a good-hearted person. He's professional. Yep, you think Maguire had more goals than Rasmus last season? Did he really? I think he did. I think he did, mate, yes. Maguire feeling the love because he scored crucial goals. Still a terrible defender. He's a good defender, actually, Melissa. He's just terrible for us. He's a good low block defender. If he was playing for Everton or one of the lesser teams, I think he'd be a great player for them. Backs to the wall, low block, brilliant. Great clear of the ball, great passer, good distribution, all that. He's actually really good, but he's just too slow. He leaves you vulnerable too many times. Man United is a team that should be on the front foot with a lot of the team high up the pitch a lot of the time. And when you turn over possession, he leaves you exposed. Yeah, Maguire's a liability, lad. No, I know, but a good squad player with a good mentality. The whole point why I even brought up Maguire was I was just saying, like, people like Rashford and Sancho, these guys, they make you realise how professional and solid and good characters people like Harry Maguire actually are. Was in London 76. Phew, oh, I bet. RVP, recent legend. Anthony Santos, go to Villarreal, Real Betis. Nice one, Reaper King. See you on the next one, you legend. Thank you for getting in and watching the stream. I appreciate you. Is Cantona the best player never to play in the World Cup? He's got to be right up there. I mean, then again, there's a lot of other players, like George Best. George Best, I don't think Northern Ireland ever qualified for the World Cup. I'm almost sure they didn't, in fact. But correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think George Best ever did either. RVP did win us the title in 2013. Yes, he did. What a Don. He was a recent Don for us. Yeah, you think we're going to be pleasantly surprised these next few weeks? No, I don't. I think we'll be bitterly disappointed as always, unfortunately. Is there any legs to the Ivan Toney rumours? Not really. He wants too much money, really, Baz. He's on too much money. It's a tough deal to get him in. Robson legend, Captain Marvel. Absolutely, what a beast he was. Captain Marvel. 76 was the year when we had a hosepipe ban. That's it, the long hot summer of 1976. You've been watching me since the Ginger Goblin days. Oh, wow, that's 12 years ago, lad. Legend. Who do you think our next captain will be? If I had to choose somebody from the current team that wasn't Bruno, it's so difficult. I don't know, mate. Who would it be? Delict? Who would it be? It's a bit of a shitstorm of players to choose from at the minute for a captain. Been a solid defender for at least 2 seasons now. Maguire should have gone to West Ham when he had the chance. Fairs, but he has done pretty decent for us since then. Tarky and Mags at the back, 2 slabs. Oh, yes. That would be great for a low-block team, wouldn't it? Poor Gashmas gets some flack. It's so harsh. He just doesn't score goals, It was all right if he's just, a window cleaner, It doesn't matter if he's just a window cleaner, does it, lad? If he misses his little spot on a window. But if he did miss a spot on a window and you paid him to do the job, you'd tell him, wouldn't you? You'd say, here, Rasmus, you've missed a spot there. There's a fucking big streak on this one. There's a big stain on it, lad. Have you even been cleaning this window? Fuck's sake. I paid you for the whole hour, mate. You done piss all. That's what you'd be saying to him if he's a window cleaner. But because he's what? A professional footballer, $100,000 a week. Oh, don't be mean to him because he's missed a goal. No, fuck that. His job is to score goals, mate. That's his job. Do your job. Like the fact Maguire's no longer scared to make mistakes. Hey, Hammers Football, what's going on? Good evening, Fine Pig. Just dropping in to smash a like. Too bloody hot tonight, worse tomorrow. Oh, is it going to be worse tomorrow, is it? Shit the bed. Hammers Football, thank you so much for getting in, though. Yes, it's worse tomorrow, is it? Crikey. Yeah, got to respect Maguire. He really turned things around image-wise. True, I like it. I like him again now. I hated him at one point. Ryan Giggs never played World Cup. Oh, that's a great shout as well. Yeah, Ryan Giggsy. Best never played World Cup. Whiteside, youngest player at World Cup, wasn't he? I'm not too sure, you know. Have a great night. Thank you, Paul of the Red. Thank you so much. Maguire is a solid player, but has the turning circle of a tractor. That is unfortunately the case. Delict. Best we're Giggs. Andy Cole missed out on the World Cup. Delict. Keeper will be captain. Ooh, you're out. Take care, Piggy. See you tomorrow. Thank you, TK. Have a great night. Casemiro. He's going to be going reasonably soon, though. He's probably gone next summer on a free. Can't give him the captaincy. Rasmus swap for Watkins or Visser. No money involved. I mean, I would be up for it. Big time, Ivo, but it's not going to happen, is it? They won't want him for no money. Oh, really? Oh, really? Ben says Fabrizio Duran. Here we go, Fenerbahce. Ah, we knew it was coming. There it is, lad. Thank you, Thornster, for that. Problem with Rasmus is he doesn't do anything well. If you're not scoring, at least hold up play and link up press. Yeah, precisely. That's so true. I can't really. I remember Rashford scoring a couple of goals at the start of the season for us. Red Indian, thank you so much for the 100 rupee super chat, you legend. He said, what's your most watched YouTube video? For me, it's your reaction to 7-0 defeat to LFC. Is that what it is now? I don't know, actually. It always was the England-Iceland reaction from the 2014 Euros when England lost to Iceland. That had a few 100,000 views. I don't know. Maybe it is that one now, the 7-0 one. I have no idea. There's a lot of scousers about, isn't there? Red Indian, thank you so much for that super chat. Not sure, actually. Not sure now. Think it's one of those two, though. Thank you, Red Indian lad. All love Alex Moore. Get in. Save Gashmas. The movement has started. Slabby didn't go to West Ham due to his loyalty of United, unlike Rashford, Sancho and Garnacho. They're gashtastic. Good shout, Steve. Yeah, that's true. Fair one. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it was necessarily about his loyalty to United, but, you know, fair enough. He stayed and worked hard. That's all you can say. He stayed and worked hard and did well. If Casemiro stays this summer, works hard and does well, we'll be very happy he stayed and worked hard and did well, won't we? Biggest regret this time next year will be not selling Bruno. I disagree. I think he's our best player still. You'd swap Rasmus and Easy. If they would have him, again, difficult to convince anyone that Rasmus is worth anything right now. He got like 3 or 4 goals in the league. Thank you, Elliot. Yes, we'll be on tomorrow lunchtime, lad, for another live. Come and join us around lunchtime tomorrow. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, guys. We're on here daily. We usually do a lunchtime live and a 10 p.m. live around about then as a standard. But if there is any more breaking news and extra stuff, we'll just jump on and cover it. So make sure you're subscribed and click the bell icon for notifications. We could do with one. Stuart Zeckman, thank you very much for the super chat. Stuart Zeckman, he says, Mr. P, what if in August Rasmus is still striker, Onana is still keeper, and the squad is much the same? What are your expectations for Amorim then? If that's the case, and it's much still the same, you know, I think 10th place, 12th place, the squad's still shit. We would still hope to be much better than this season and hope to get into the top 10. But honestly, he needs help. He needs a new goalie, a new striker, at the very least. If he gets those, then I think we could really break into European spaces. But unless he gets them, we have to be realistic, and he would still struggle with the same shit team. If Rasmus was still striker, he can't score goals, so we would still struggle. We would still get a lot more goals, though, because I believe the likes of Mbeumo and Cunha and these guys would have a big effect. Bloody warm tonight. Thank you, Stuart Zeckman, for your super chat there. I appreciate you, legend. Bloody warm tonight, 26 degrees tomorrow. Did you have any flying ants? Yeah, I saw a few of those things, yeah. My most watched vid, 8-2 win over Arsenal. Is it really? Oh, mate, that's old school, lad. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I mean, when we beat them with, you know, a couple of those Ashley Young bangers and stuff, it was the best. That was immense. My first video watching you, Pig, mate, when you watched Man United v MK Dons. Oh, yeah, we lost to MK Dons, didn't we? 4-0 or something, you viewed. Stain is still there. Piggy laid carpet after that. What's that Iceland vid where you had the Little England hat? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that sounds about right, possibly. Roughly how many United tops have you have? I don't know, like 10 or 15 or 20, maybe, I don't know. My dad and his mate took me and his mate's son to the 1983 charity shield against Liverpool. He's a Will and Laurel and Hardy fan. Me too. He took me Arthur Lucas's house for a treat. Go on, Wayne the Red. Beautiful lad. Sounds like your dad was a Don. Ian Rush never played. George Weir, Eric Cantona. But for me, Alfredo Di Stefano. Great shout, E4. Yeah, great shout over there. Nice one, Rob. Yes, big up Stuart Zekman there. Much appreciated. Right, I'm going to read a couple more comments out, then we're going to wrap this up, guys, because it is actually getting quite late, isn't it? Shit, the bed, are you joking me? Have I been on this... Oh, my God, I've been on this stream for 1 hour and 36 minutes. Time flies when you're having some good conversations, my friends. Do you know what I mean? Time flies. Because I can't believe I've been on here for over a length of a game of football. That's mad. 1 hour and 36 minutes we've been on here tonight, guys. Well, I'm just trying to read everyone's comments out. Sorry if I missed any. Yo, how you doing there, Adam? Hoyland, I think 35 million quid max. Sweating like a fat lass in a disco. I feel that, Alan, 100%. It is. Strikers going to score goals for us while Bruno keeps shooting from 40 yards. Maybe. He's going to be playing a bit deeper for us, so hopefully he's going to be playing more of a sort of deeper playmaker, but I feel you. Probably not actually Links Red. Nah, I might get Mrs. P to get it for Christmas or something, but probably not. Boycotting the Glazer shithousery at the moment. Time flies when you're melting. Thank you, Dave. You know it. Stuart, legend. Mark Shagojli, get in there. I don't know. I quite like it, Mark, because of his experience. Look at his stats here over 5 seasons. I'll just pop them up again. They're not bad, mate. He's consistent. He's a good, proven Premier League player. End of the day, we could spend 80 mil on Gyökeres, and he comes and flops in the Premier League because it is a different league. He's kind of proven me. Anyway. But yes, listen, guys, we're going to have to wrap this stream up. It's very late. Thank you so much to all of you legends for tuning in. Appreciate you all. Johnny Swan, Rinks Red, Red Indian Lad. You meant the YouTube video you have ever watched. What, the most viewed YouTube video I've ever watched? I don't know, Red Indian Lad. Probably Gam Gam Style by Psy. I don't know. That had like over a bin, and I'm pretty sure I probably watched that in the past. Don't know, mate. Can't believe you're still going. Oh, nice, GB. I know, it's bloody hot in here as well. I don't know. I need to wrap this up. 29.2 degrees. Right, we're going to finish here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, all of you. Fire Knight, Dan Baker, M. Quam. Let's go, lad. Good time, isn't it? We're in Ingy time. Yet we're in Fergie time right now. And Solskjaer has won it. Let's go, superstar. Let's go. Thank you, Kate Cadet. Says, well done, Piggy. Great stream. Thank you, Kate Cadet. Appreciate you, my son. Nice one, Rob. Always United. Nice one, Johnny Swan. Links Red. Great chatting to you, legends, as always. Thanks for getting in. Please do us the honour of smashing that like button before you go. Help us get to 300. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Get yourself subscribed for more action and more latest goings on. Hit the subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications too. And that way, you won't miss anything as and when it is breaking. As and when it's broken. As and when it's breaking. That's better. As and when it's breaking, we'll give you the latest news. So make sure you click the bell icon, and that way you won't miss them. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. And check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. Also, the gaming channel. Do us a favour, somebody. Let me just do a little... I just want to send everyone over to the gaming channel real quick, because I lost a couple of subscribers because I haven't done a stream for a week. But you know what? Oh, shit. But you know what? We're going on back on there tomorrow night, guys, to do a speed run of the UT Champs, right? So let me just get the link to my channel here. And you guys can all go over there and subscribe to Flying Pig Gaming if you're not already. That would be amazing. Right, guys, thanks for watching. There it is. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. There it is right there. Yes, I'll just pop that to the top of the live chat. So click that link at the top of the live chat if you're not subscribed already to Flying Pig Gaming. Please do check out Flying Pig Gaming YouTube channel and give us a subscribe. But anyway, big up everyone. Blazing Zari, GB, Links, Steve, James Riley, Butters, Paula the Red, Wayne the Red, Links Red, Kate Cadet, all the mods, all the members. Big up to the members in green like James Riley, Ben Thornton, Dave Watkins, Johnny Swan, Dan Baker, Superstar, Kate Cadet, Rob Always United, Johnny Swan, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's the end of the stream. Have a great night. God bless you all. And remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com, so check it out. Patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there.